how can you invest in a way to help you make money on your money, but where you don't have to take as much risk as the overall market. To me, that's financial planning, not just telling people to hang in there, Kristen.
That's advice, I guess, but that's not a plan.
It's not a plan.
You're just telling me to sit still and not do anything. I mean, I could have done that on my own.
Well, yeah, I mean, again, that's really our motto, Kristen, is if you want to hang in there, you don't need a financial advisor for that. You don't need to pay somebody a fee. You can literally pick up the phone, call Vanguard, phenomenal company. They will put you into diversified, low-cost, hang-in-there portfolios for the most part, right? And they'll even add on rebalancing. All of that is fantastic, and I love their portfolios and what they do, but I love it more for people who are more in the asset accumulation phase, right? So they want a low-cost way to build assets, before they retire over a 10, 20, 30, 40-year period of time. Once you get into or closer to retirement and you're looking at preservation and distribution, I think active management, a fee-only advisor can help you. So I just invite people, if you're in that situation, give us a call. We can put together a complete financial plan for you, complimentary.
407-270-1000. 407-270-1000. Mike, something you said just a moment ago about needing income possibly for the next 20, 30 years of your life. And you've had such an influence on me having this conversation on the radio for almost 9 years, I guess now, that I was talking with my neighbor the other day, talking about family. She is fortunate enough to be in her late 40s and still has 2 grandparents, one on each side. Her grandfather on her dad's side is 93 and just won some YMCA Masters Nationals swimming thing at 93.
That is fantastic. Good for him.
But get this, on the other side of her family, on her mom's side, her grandmother there is 96, overcame COVID months ago and out running the streets in the retirement area she lives in. I told her, I said, Jess, you have got to prepare to live a very long time. You have got grandparents that are out there having a good time and super healthy and active. So I see why that is such a concern that you bring up. 20 to 30, maybe even more years that we need to have money.
I agree 100%.
A complete financial plan is something that Mike and his team can do complimentary for you, your family, so that you know where you stand now with what's happening and can look at the next 20, 30, maybe more years of your life and wanting to make sure that you have the right risk versus return and you have a good tax plan for retirement and make sure that you're receiving the true value for the fees that you are paying inside of your investment accounts. It's not about hanging in there, it's about active wealth management. That complete financial plan that you can walk away with, implement on your own, take to your current advisor, or if you hit it off with Mike and the team at Talon Wealth, have them implement at no charge for you, our listeners, across the Orlando area. 407-270-1000. 407-270-1000. Connect to us anytime by visiting guardingyournestegg.com. And Mike, something that makes you very different than a lot of other advisors out there is that you are a fee-only advisor. But what does that mean for people that don't necessarily understand the intricacies of investing?
Well, it gets confusing, Kristen. I mean, fee-based versus fee-only versus stockbroker commissions. Really, really confusing, and I appreciate asking that question. So just to identify the difference, and it may sound like a small difference, but in the big picture, I think it makes a big difference for most people. So a fee-only advisor is an advisor that only charges fees to manage your portfolio. They don't work with products, they don't get a commission. So fee-only means literally if your client does well, you do well.
Okay.
So the idea behind it would be, well, if we charge a flat fee to manage your portfolio, then we don't make any money on trades. We don't make any money recommending investment products. We're going to make money if your account value, if it stays the same, we get the same amount of money. If your account value grows, our income goes up because your account value goes up. If your account value goes down, our income goes down because your account value went down. The idea is we're sitting on the same side of a table and our values are aligned. If you work with somebody who's maybe a fee-based advisor, and again, there are a lot of advisors out there that talk about being fee advisors, but if they're a fee-based advisor, their business a lot of times is combined. So it'd be, well, they have accounts where they charge a fee to manage it, But on the side, they're also trying to sell you annuity products or mutual fund products.
The
or,
whole thing I'm hearing is
brokerage
products.
Yeah, anything that's packaged where the advisor gets a commission or an upfront sort of load, those are products. Anytime you're in a situation where your advisor doesn't charge you anything for trading, doesn't charge you anything for like a upfront commission or anything to go into a product, it's a fee-only approach where, all right, the advisor's making money. When you make money, we do well. When you do well, that's what fee-only is all about. Kristen, that's the way I think it should work when you're hiring somebody to invest for you. They should do well when you're doing well. They should do poorly when you're doing poorly. That way they have a vested interest in you doing well.
And in this day and age, I like that transparency. If you are seeking that and seeking maybe a second opinion or a first opinion, you've done so much work over the years to save and invest in 401ks, IRAs, maybe it's a pension, various retirement accounts, and you'd like to get a complete financial plan, call 407-270-1000. If nothing else, hopefully you take away that you should ask your advisor if he or she is fee only. If they're not, get some insight from Mike and the team at Talon Wealth about what to look out for and get that complete financial plan so you better understand what is happening with your dollars. They are here to be a resource for you and your family listening in and around Orlando. 407-270-1000. 407-270-1000. And remember, that complete financial plan is a $1,500 value, but no charge for you listening this weekend. Find out more at guardingyournestegg.com. What is shrinkflation? Find out why you might find out the hard way next time you're shopping for TP. And what to do if you feel overwhelmed by choices for entertainment and financial advice. We'll reveal that. Plus, coming up after the news at the bottom of the hour, Mike will share one of his investment ideas of the week, all on the way on Guarding Your Nest Egg.
I can make your hands clap. I said I can make your hands clap. Somebody save your soul 'cause you've been sinning.
Now, the three big things you need to know.
3.
Florida troopers are investigating a deadly crash that happened Saturday afternoon on State Road 436 in Lake County that killed a 4-year-old and 2-year-old. Troopers say witnesses tell them a sedan driver was passing other traffic in a no passing lane when he collided head-on with another driver going in the other direction.
Who?
Russia is demanding the surrender of Mariupol as the battered port city appears on the brink of falling to Russian forces after 7 weeks under siege. Capturing the city would give Moscow a crucial success in Ukraine. The Russian military estimates about 2,500 Ukrainian fighters are holding out in a steel plant, providing the last pocket of resistance in Mariupol.
1.
Do not forget, tomorrow, Monday, is tax day, the federal deadline for individual tax filing and payments. Make sure you get yours in before that deadline.
Listen to WDBO anytime, anywhere. Get the latest breaking news and share your thoughts using the open mic. Download the WDBO app now. Powered by BurnFat Orlando. This is where Orlando turns first for breaking news, weather, and traffic. 107.3 FM and AM 580. Orlando's news and talk. WDBO. This hour was paid for by the host and does not reflect the opinion of WDBO. This is WDBO 107.3 FM and AM 580, Orlando's news and talk.
You are listening to
Guarding Your Nest Egg with Mike Lester.
Speaking of traveling on a jet airliner, since the beginning of the year, domestic airfare has already surged by 40%. Those of us that travel are well aware of that. It's pushing the average cost of round-trip tickets around $330. According to Hopper's Consumer Affair Index report, the average cost of a domestic round-trip ticket will rise another 10% through May. Mike, this hit home for me because I was going to take my folks on a little vacation in San Diego to visit family, and they're in Charleston, South Carolina.
San Diego, huh? Oh, boy.
That was supposed to happen in June. The amount of that ticket is unbelievable. So we're pushing to more of a November situation.
They're in Charleston, right?
Yeah.
Totally enjoyable. Yeah. So.
For you listening this weekend, A, thank you for carving out some time to spend with us on the radio. B, You may not be familiar with the term shrinkflation, but I have no doubt that you've experienced a company reducing the amount of their product without reducing the price.
Those Girl Scouts.
Doesn't stop with them, and by the way, they can do whatever they want. They're in cute uniforms. It's all good. Any kid can. Consumer World's Edgar Dworsky has tracked shrinkflation for more than 30 years, and he tells AARP that Cottonelle has reduced its soft mega rolls to 268 two-ply sheets, down from 284. Charmin has made similar changes. I just want you to know we're not biased. However, I do lean towards Charmin in my household. But he also says, all joking aside, paper towels may be next on the list. And the best way to fight shrinkflation is to look at the product's unit price at the store shelf. Then you can judge the best value. So that's a hopefully helpful tip we're sharing with you listening today if you haven't been doing that already. Now, Mike, I realize this may seem silly, but you know, for the middle class, it really feels like the odds continue to stack higher and higher against us. We've got shrinkflation now, inflation, rising interest rates, the market's weird, all these other international tensions. Beyond this TP insight, what tips can you share for those of us trying to keep as much of our money in our pocket as we can?
Well, it's hitting everyone, but people that are making this transition or who are currently in a retirement phase of their life, let's face it, retirement, once you make that transition, it's pretty much a fixed income. Not in the sense that you can't take more out of your portfolio or less out of your portfolio, but in the sense that once you make that transition into retirement and you put together a financial plan, you make this assumption that, okay, these are my expenses.